We're going to go over all the changes for next season. Look at this guy smiling. Look at his handsome fella smiling. There are a lot of changes coming. I want to take a look into it, so we're going to go a little bit over everything. This might take 20-30 minutes.
Into some of the things you'll see in Season 1 2026, we wanted to thank you all for being on the journey with us this year.
Thank you.
As always,
Thank you for the intro. I don't care.
so next year we want to kick things off with themes of unity, hope, and justice.
Yeah.
With a drop of righteous judgment thrown in there for good measure.
That's bright as fuck.
That means Petricite, gold, and blue accents on the map, as well as some Demacia-themed skins, including some champions reimagined as Demacias,
Holy, that actually looks like a banger.
with plenty of non-Demacia skins for some variety.
That also means that the yearly cinematic in January will feature Demacian champions. We're going back to old school Demacia this time.
Looking Garen, bro.
Back in time to what some might consider the golden age of Demacia.
Through some of the Summoner's Rift changes coming in January.
Let's go. Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Riot Enso,
Okay.
And I'm Freak.
and we're here to talk to you about the Summoner's Rift
Freak
gameplay
too.
change.
Over the last few years, League has been largely about team fighting over neutral objectives. Fighting around grubs, dragons, or that vision ward you just placed around grubs or dragons.
And Atacon.
And-
Like, I feel like the last season was like mid-game team fights, minute 20, third dragon, things like this, everything like this. Third dragon, Atacons, fourth dragon, everything like this, right?
And while we know 5v5s make for some of the highest highs, we want to swing back towards a state where more strategies like splitting or sieging are more viable.
So we're making some changes to major
Splitting? Like in split pushing?
neutral objectives, towers, and minions in order to do just that.
Okay.
Additionally, we're making adjustments to roles so everyone has an appropriate impact on the outcome of each game, because right now, some lanes are much better at turning a winning lane into a winning game.
We also have some
Yep.
delightful improvements,
lane.
so let's get started.
The first thing you'll notice in January is that the game starts faster. We want to reduce downtime after you load in, so minions and basic jungle camps first spawn 35 seconds earlier than they
Okay, what about my piss break? Okay, but I actually like this though. I feel like very often right now, I'm like going into queue, I'm loading into the game, I'm just gonna take a piss, things like this. I think this is good. Game should start
Today.
faster. Nice.
You'll still
Small
be able
change,
to pull
though.
off early invades, but you'll have to be much more
Wait, what's that
decisive.
then? So it starts at, so me and spawn at 0:40? 0:4, that's early, by the way. That's really early. That also means that going for deep wards, even in the early game, is not going to be that easy. Let's say you look for an early game ward, right, onto enemy jungle starting position, and you get chunked, and you get chased a little bit, you're going to lose your first minions. So 30 seconds. Oh, that's very early, by the way. So that's gonna basically make level 1 invades, I think, near impossible unless you like completely stack. Yeah, level 1 proxying is gone, by the way. You cannot level 1 proxy anymore. And let's say you go for like a ward into enemy jungle and you get chunked, you're probably cooked. Keep in mind as well that the first 15 seconds you're stuck in your fountain, right? So they say early game invades are still possible, but I highly doubt it.
when you load in.
We're also making some changes to Vision. It's an incredibly powerful tool in League, but right now it feels monopolized by supports and sometimes by junglers. We want to make effectively warding the map easier to learn for everyone, and give more opportunities and power towards drops by pushing champions, especially
Pushing champions. We're rewarding pushing champions. Wait a second. Especially mid and top laners who are side laning later in the... Wait a second. What is this?
mid and top laners who are side laning later in the game. Power towards drops by pushing champions,
He's got gold.
especially mid and top laners who are side laning
He's getting plates from the tier 2
later in the game.
So, we're adding Phaelites, locations that grant temporary bonus vision to wards with unique bonus vision areas for each spot. Some Phaelite rings will be available at the beginning of each game, while others reveal themselves when the Elemental Rift transforms, particularly those that would otherwise disrupt early game jungle.
Okay, so on to the objectives. Otacon was one of the biggest additions to the Rift this year, and was a pretty cool, unique objective to fight over. That said, he contributed to objective fatigue, which many of you cited as an issue, and we agree. We wanted to alleviate this over time. We had removed the second form of Otacon, we removed the second set of grubs, but it really wasn't enough. So, just like Zehen did, we are cutting Otacon out of the game.
Really? Bro, what? This was my 1-2 to get to level 16 faster, chat. I like it in a way though, but is Baron gonna spawn at minute 20 again, or are you gonna keep Baron at minute 25? Thing is though, I do feel like the game right now was so much catered to mid-game team fighting. Like minute 20 onwards, there was no split pushing. You had to group for third dragon or even soul point sometimes. You have to group for Atacon, you have to group for Baron. Like sidelining is not really a thing. So when
That
does Baron
includes Blood
spawn
Roses
now?
and the petals with them.
That said, let us know what you think about limited time gameplay changes and if there's something you'd like to see more of.
But back to Otacon, his removal also means that Baron will go back to his old 20-minute spawn time.
I like this. That's nice.
Welcome back, King.
That's nice.
Additionally, we're making all epic monsters more durable, especially late-game dragons as you get closer to Dragon Soul.
That's also
that
really
should make
nice.
it so that it's
By the way, if dragons get tankier and Baron gets tankier, again, that's a direct buff to side lane champions, right? Because the way you have to see this, I really love this change. So if neutral objectives become tankier, it is easier to cross map because enemy team needs to spend more time, more resources, more tempo, I guess, right? To do said dragon or to do said Baron. So it gives you more time on side lane directly too. So it's easier to, I guess, make split pushing side. So far, lots of buffs for split pushing.
easier for teams on the back foot to contest dragons and other epic monsters or trade something
At the same time, though, let's say you are behind, then it's way harder to kill that thing too.
meaningful on the other side of the map.
Finally, we're also removing feats of strength from the game.
Bro, what? They're removing feats of strength and they're removing Atakan. So they just removed everything they did last season, no? They just said scrap all that shit, bruv. And clean slate, okay?
like that they push teams to progress the game and provided goals to rally around, but we think we can create better game systems that allow for players to have more individual agency over.
Bro, do you guys remember that feats of strength used to be with first blood? Not just first 3 kills, but first blood? That was crazy, no?
With feats getting the boot, we're adding back some gold rewards for first blood and first turret.
Another way we're looking to improve sieging is with a new mechanic called Crystalline Overgrowth, which is kind of like a universal demolish effect. Crystals will build up on towers over several minutes, and when hit, they're consumed to deal an extra
What the hell?
% damage based on how much buildup has accumulated.
I like that. No, I like that, guys.
This should help enable pushing windows in more situations.
Pushing windows. More pushing windows. Guys, split pushing is gonna become a real thing, no? Holy moly. Trundle, Mundo. Ooh.
Even if you're behind or don't have the highest DPS. Demolish will be sticking around, but will be simplified to a good old 3-hit passive.
3-hit passive on... That's crazy, though. That's good for Mundo, too. Bro, auto E Titanic Hydra Demolish Crystalline. Also good on champions like Fiora, though, because you just do auto E Q. No, wait, you can't Q the turret. Shut up, Alois.
We love 3-hit passives.
Yes, we do.
Turret plates will now stay on outer turrets permanently and will be added to the inner and inhibitor towers as well.
No fucking way, bro. Bro, how many buffs are they putting to split pushing? Not only is it gonna be more rewarding, it's also easier. Holy, there's gonna be turret plates on the tier 2. Wait, you can Q the turrets, never mind. So wait, there's gonna be turret platings on the tier 2 and the tier 3 turrets.
We're doing this to create long-term piecemeal rewards for pushing. No matter what state the turret's in, you're likely to mine some gold by taking aggressive.
Bro, Mundo, like, this is insane Mundo buffs, no?
We're not adding more gold to the map with these changes. Instead, we're going to be basically spreading out the current gold for killing a tower and splitting it across the plates.
To further facilitate
Oh, okay, never mind. There's not extra. Okay, never mind. A tier 2 turret right now would grant 700 gold. So they're gonna split it now over the plates taken? Never mind, it's not that broken. Still good. I mean, it doesn't really change anything, I
we're
guess.
ramping up minion respawn rates in the late game to give more frequent access to sieging turrets.
What the what else do you need, bro? Soon they're gonna give you wings to just... bro, what? You're gonna get more waves to split push with as well.
Ramping up minion respawn rates in the late game to give more frequent access to sieging turrets. We're also adjusting late game home guards to swiftly take you to your most pushed minion wave in each lane.
And finally, Nexus turrets will respawn with partial health missing. We like that the respawn allows a team...
Bro, Summoner's Rift changes from this till here. They just talked the past 4 minutes about giving you so much more setup in split pushing. I want to show you guys something. Now I gotta show you guys something. Guys, I'm gonna leak it. Okay, I'm gonna leak it. Let's just say that I've been in a little bit of the works of preparing a split push cosplay. I feel like this is maybe the proper time to share it, chat. I'm gonna show it once. We keep it between us, yeah? Of course, naturally, the Mundo thing is still there, but I've been working on something else a little bit.
Oh my god!
What are we thinking? Now, what are we thinking, guys? It's being shipped. I think I know what champion I'm gonna be maining in the next season, bro.
to hold their base for a while and not have to worry about getting back
It looks just like you. All right, bro.
by a Twitch, but with a full health respawn, it meant that it was honestly incorrect for a sieging team to finish killing the turret sometimes.
That's true.
Now, for our biggest change for next year, role quests.
Okay, but let me just digest these last 4 minutes. So, to summarize this, right, for split pushing, neutral objectives are going to be tankier, meaning you're going to have more time to split push, which is a change I love. You're going to have more minion waves. You're going to have home guards that last longer. You're going to have plates on tier 2 and tier 3 turrets. what else do we need, bro? Like, I feel like we've gotten everything. Everything split pusher needs. And you get more vision. Like, you get literally everything. So what? Trundle and Mundo are just... Yeah, okay, perfect for me, bro. Absolutely perfect. Also, champions like Yorick come to mind. Maybe, like, Gwen Fiora. Everything that can play side lane and team fight is gonna be so strong. Oh, and the build-in Demolish. I forgot about that one.
When you load into the game
That
in
is so
January,
nice.
top, bot, and mid lane will now have their own quests that reward unique power, similar to the jungle.
I've already seen a bit of spoilers on Twitter because everybody's talking about this, but let's actually get into the nitty-gritty of it.
Pet evolutions, and the support item upgrades.
You'll progress these new quests by killing minions, champions, plates, towers, or epic objectives. All the things you'd normally be doing in a game.
So if you snowball, you'll snowball even faster to your quest, which is disgusting.
You'll progress even faster by doing those in your assigned lane.
Your quest is decided by which role you've been assigned in the lobby. So if you and a friend or a stranger want to change roles, make sure you do an official trade in Champ Select.
One of our goals with these role quests is to buff top and bot carry relative to the other roles, as they're currently the two weak.
Yes, it's true. It's true, by the way. If we're gonna talk about what are the objectively the strongest roles in the games, it's jungle, support, mid, and then top lane and AD carry are like, I wouldn't even say which one is like weaker or stronger, but they relative like on like a percentage outcome, like jungle can always do the most, support can always do the most. So let's see.
And as a result, the quest rewards are going to be comparatively stronger for them. Now, let's get into the rewards which will be granted in a new role quest slot.
Historically, top laners haven't always felt like they have the agency over the games that they deserved, even if they won their lane. And that's something we would like to change this season. Upon quest completion, top laners will...
Who's that? Hey, look at his base build. Why do you have Merc Threats, bro? Why do you give him Merc Threats? Should be boots, but okay.
receive pretty much summoner teleport for free.
No, you're joking. You're gonna get teleport for free. Wait, guys. We just talked about this whole split pushing shebang shenanigans. I just said next up they're gonna give you wings. Right? They're gonna give you teleport for free. Wait, so I can play Riven with Flash Ignite and then still get teleport.
On top of the two summoners they already chose.
Oh, that is... By the way. That changes everything, by the way.
Now, if you had taken teleport in pregame, instead that spell gets a lot stronger, giving a very, very large shield when you use it. In addition to getting a functionally free summoner spell, top laners will also get a bunch of bonus XP up front, more XP from future sources,
More XP up front. So you're telling me I can get to level 16 faster than the rest of the game? And I'm a Mundo player. Yeah, so far everything has been like music to my ears, by the way.
and an increased level cap.
Now,
A
Increased
bunch of
level
bonus
cap
XP
to
up front,
what?
more XP from future sources, and an increased level cap.
You get level 19. The later in the game you go, by the way, the more gold value a level up is worth because you just gain more stats. Holy shit, bro. This is crazy. So you get a free teleport, more split pushing. I mean, everything so far is like in level 20 cap. It's level 20. So 2 levels worth of stats. That's about 2,000 gold easily on any champion, by the way. How does that work with Fiora passive scaling? Is she gonna deal even more true damage? I want to know now. How do you complete a quest? I need to know how you complete a quest. How fast can you get to level 16 and start split pushing? Level 20 kill. Holy shit. I mean, so far, I love all of these changes.
a huge variety of champions can be played there, so we wanted this reward to be good whether you're mage, assassin, or both, like Malphite mid. And upon completing the quest, mid laners will receive a free tier 3 boot upgrade like
Nice, bro.
the ones you could buy with feats, as well as a faster recall.
All right, so top lane is like hydrogen bomb. You get a free teleport. You get 2 extra levels. You get more XP. You get more rewards. Mid lane, guys, you get tier 3 boots and a faster recall. Couldn't be me, bro. Could not be me. Soy mid lane players. Problem. Mid lane players in my chat. Problem. Become a top lane main.
Rounding it out for new quests, in bot lane, we're going to lean even harder into the carry part of the role. So while top laners are getting bonus XP, bot laners are getting a whole bunch of
I don't like that.
extra gold. When completing their quest, they get a lump sum of gold, increased gold.
Ooh, how big was that sum?
Are getting a whole bunch of extra gold. When completing their quest, they get
They get 300 gold. That's okay. I think that's fine.
a lump sum of gold, increased gold from minion kills, champ kills, and champion assists.
How
When
much did you
completing their
just
quest,
get?
They get a lump sum of gold,
Melee gives you 21
increased
normally. 22, okay, nobody cares.
from minion kills, champ kills, and champion
Okay, it's a little bit. It's like a little bit, by the way.
assists for the rest of the game. And you might be asking, well then what do I do with all this gold if I hit item cap? Don't worry, the item cap is going up. Your 7th item slot will hold your boots permanently, allowing you to get 6 full legendary items for extra hard late game scaling.
No, wait, the boots are gonna be here so that they teleport. To be fair, I do feel like AD carry needs something to compensate, similar like top lane. So you're telling me AD carries will have 6 or 7 items. Okay, sorry.
Jungle and support already have quests and rewards, but we still wanted to take this opportunity to make some changes to them. Jungle is by far the strongest role in the game right now, especially when it comes to early map influence. So we're slightly lowering the speed of early game clears to give...
What? But this is like counterintuitive to all they've done. By the way, Riven had like a 4-minute full clear time, and they give him Riven like a 3:09. Mundo clears at 3 minutes. I think there's champions like Zed that cleared like 2:50. So yeah, I mean, that's nice, I guess.
Lane matchups a little bit more time to play out uninterrupted.
Nice.
We're also making it harder for non-junglers to steal objectives by increasing their resists and making Smite deal more damage.
Their role quest is still getting pet upgrades and PvP Smite like before, and they're now getting increased golden XP from large monsters when the quest is done, as well as bonus movement speed in the jungle.
Bonus movement speed is not to be underrated. The other one seems useless. But bonus movement speed is not to be underrated. Anything movement speed, guys, it always sounds like you can kind of ignore it. Bonus movement speed is disgusting, okay? Like, every jungler plays blue smite when they're in bushes. Now they're gonna have extra movement speed in bushes and in the jungle, okay? So it's like, I'm not sure how much that does, but ultimately, if I'm level 20, this guy's level 8, and I just shit in his face, no? Bro, I can't wait to be a level 20 Mundo.
Well, we think support is already plenty powerful and has a very functional role quest, so we didn't want to directly increase their power. With that in mind, we wanted to give them quality of life-oriented upgrades, so we're giving them a new slot exclusively for control wards, discounts on control wards, and a little bit more gold over time so they can keep pace a little better with the other roles.
Yeah, they just said fuck support, no? That's what they said. They just said fuck you. Like, actually, they get nothing. To be fair, who cares about support mains? I'm sorry. Honestly, who cares, no? This whole video so far has been about, like, top lane, side laning, everything. There's a 5-second section for support players, by the way. He said, basically, your role's already good enough. Eat shit. You will get a little bit more gold, so you can hold your controllers. Okay, moving on. Based.
To represent meaningful power spikes in a way that leans into the unique strengths of each role. This also allows us to delete the lane swap detective mechanic that we added last year to combat pro lane swapping. We'll be keeping a close eye on how quests land, so please let us know your thoughts next year.
Oh, so because of quest, you're not gonna lane swap. Smart.
Role quests aren't all we have planned to make your champions feel more satisfying.
Oh, what else?
We're gonna bring back a few items to the Rift
I saw
for each
some already.
class,
I saw a few already. But let's see.
some shiny new toys, including bringing back a few familiar favorites like Hextech Gunblade.
For example, we're adding the new Scepter of Bonking for AP fighters, which will empower your Spellblade Bonk to double your on-hit effects.
That's not the final name, is it?
I would like it, but no, we're probably gonna give it something in canon.
I do love bonking. Well, anyway, given none of these names are final, if you're an AD fighter without a good way to get Omnivamp, you can grab Blood Sphere, which will give you some Omnivamp and also Ability Haste scaling.
Guys, I read this item. You're gonna get Omnivamp and Ability Haste scaling with your AD. Ability Haste scaling with AD. That is a Riven item.
Or if you
We're gonna take a look at the items deeper later, okay?
play an AD carry who's really good at auto spacing, you can pick up Snowbow for extra range on takedown, plus damage amp based on how far away you are from your opponents.
So
We took a hard
also,
look at
by the way,
which-
Riven can play Flash Ignite and get a free teleport later on. So you don't get the downside of running Ignite. You can get to level 20. You're extremely snowball heavy. You can get to your quest faster, and then you're gonna get an item that gives you ability haste based on your scaling damage, which is everything Riven builds with Omnivamp. That paired with Death Stance and Sunlit Sky, by the way, bro, GG.
Subclasses didn't feel like they were getting enough support from the current item system and worked to fill those spaces. So we're hoping many champions have at least one of the 9 new items that they
That's
can get
cool.
excited about.
Speaking
We'll
of
take a
which,
look
we're
at
also
items
adding
later.
crit damage back to 20%.
Oh, what?
All right.
What the
We know
fuck?
that was a lot to come.
That's a lie, right?
We're excited to hear what you think of all these changes as the new season kicks off.
And in case you're looking for even more details or insights on these changes, make sure to check out the dev blog that's live right now.
Bro, legit, this patch, by the way, Riven and Mundo have been buffed, and next patch I feel like they're gonna be even stronger. That's crazy.
That's it from us on the Summoners Rift team, and so we'll throw it back to Pablo and Medler, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Okay, let's talk about ranked.
Fair.
This year we've been making improvements to shorten queue times and make your matches more fair through improvements to inting and griefing detection. And, more recently, we ran a test in late September that reduced queue times by 40% at all ranks, in ranked, in EU West and Oceania. We want to double down on that work and make 2026 the best time yet to climb.
That's big.
So next year, we'll be also tackling two common frustrations, mismatched teams and long queues. Something we want to address is visual rank disparity in lobbies as well. When players start their climbs late after a reset, you may see a bronze player in an otherwise gold game, which can feel particularly unfair. When in reality, that player was gold last season, but they haven't gotten back to that rank yet because they've had less time.
Did you just do the 6-7 emote?
That player was gold last season, but they haven't gotten back to that because they've had less time to play. So we're adding a climb indicator to loading screens when a player's MMR is higher than their visible rank. This will let other players know that you're climbing quickly and your displayed rank hasn't caught up yet.
We're also making changes to how Flex and Solo Duo MMR are calculated. A common pain point is someone who is Silver in Flex and, say, Diamond in Solo Duo just stomping a bunch of games, when in reality they're truly Diamond in both
Is there anybody that still plays Flex Queue, by the way, on a real note?
ladders. So this season, if your Solo Duo MMR is much higher than your Flex MMR, the system
Nobody
should
plays
bring
that
your
game,
Flex
bro.
rank a lot closer to your Solo Duo one. And that should mean Flex matchups will feel a fair bit more balanced moving forwards.
Next, we're making changes to autofill.
Yes.
The reality of
Okay. See, the thing is, one of the things I hate the most about high elo is if you play a game, and I can say with like 80% certainty who's gonna win that that game, just because, for example, I have an 80 carry main playing jungle like I had last game, like yesterday. Like, it's the most frustrating experience. So please tell me that they do one thing: remove autofill, or make it so if one team has an autofill, the other team has to have an autofill as well. Something like this.
is that certain roles are substantially more popular than others, and having an autofill jungler versus a jungle main can feel like an auto loss. This means that quite often people either dodge to avoid it or hold your lobby hostage in order to get you to dodge.
Yeah.
When nobody likes queue times, this is an awful experience.
So we have a number of changes to make autofill fairer, and to reward you for sticking with the role you're assigned when you do get autofilled. If someone on your team is autofilled, the system will try to match autofilled players by role. So an autofilled jungler versus another autofilled jungler.
They say the system will try to make, but I hope the system works well, by the way. This is all I wanted. If my jungler is autofilled and theirs is autofilled, it's fair, I'm fine, I'm happy. Thank you, Riot Games. Perfect. Legit perfect.
If it can't match by roles, it will then of course fall back and try to ensure the same number of autofilled players on each team.
But let's say autofilled support, right? Compared to an autofilled jungle, I'm already hesitating.
We do know though that even with that balance, autofill games can still feel discouraging when you play your best in a role that you didn't choose. That's why we're adding a new system called Aegis of Valor. If you're autofilled and earn a mastery score of C or greater, the Aegis will trigger. You won't lose any LP on a loss, or you'll earn double LP for a win.
Wait.
You won't lose any LP on a loss, or you'll earn double LP for a win.
Oh, that is dumb. So you get autofilled? Let's say I get autofilled jungle, bro. I'm just gonna pick Nunu, right? And I'm gonna just play neutral objectives. And if I get above a C, bro, if you score below a C, you need to like run it down and be inting. So what? I can just pick jungle, play for KDA, farm, maybe get a few assists somewhere, get a neutral here and there, and then if I lose nothing. If I win, I gain double. What? That's horrible, no? I've always said that you cannot make point system based on gameplay. For example, let's put a good example from top lane perspective, okay? Let's say you have to blind pick and you are weak-sided. Two factors that cannot be like an indicator of your overall performance. Let's say you get autofill top lane, right? And you have to blind pick and enemy counter pick you with like Aurora or like Renekton, right? And an enemy jungle is an Elise and you get weak-sided. And let's say in all the worst conditions, you're somehow able to only go 0-1, 20 CS and 2 plates down, but your bot lane gets ahead. Your performance is shit, but you've actually done your job, and then you just don't get rewarded. Isn't that like terrible? Fill and secondary role does not count as autofilled? It's still. No, this is weird. I personally hate this. No? Getting rewarded or punished based on performance is the worst thing because people are going to be full KDA players. My autofill jungler is not going to gank me or make plays. My autofill jungler is going to be like, oh, if I die here, I might just lose my OP. Right? I don't want that. No? And if you get a win, you get double points. Bro, I want to be autofilled.
So for those of you who main less popular roles and therefore seldom get autofilled, first of all, thanks. We haven't forgotten about you. You'll still occasionally receive the Aegis benefit at about the same rate.
Bro, I'm gonna queue top support. No, top mid. top mid. And if I ever get auto-build, it's GG.
As other players because we want to reward the role heroes who keep the queue healthy and moving. Finally, we know how frustrating it is to be
Wait a second. Wait a second. If my jungler is autofilled and he is just playing the game for himself, playing for KDA, playing chill, and he earns above a C, does that mean that he doesn't lose any LP, but we all lose LP? Brother, that is gonna cause some issues, by the way. I was thinking of the POV of the autofill player. What if you're in team with the autofilled guy? Hell no, bro. Oh, hell no. Wait, so my autofill jungle can just play like NPC, score above C+, don't lose LP, and we all lose LP. Oh no, bro. Oh, hell no. Everything was good till they announced this, bro. Hell no. That is horrible, by the way. That is bad, bro. That is terrible. Hell no. I don't like that.
Constantly return to the queue because you get enchained dodges lobby after lobby. So we've made a few updates.
First, after a positive
I'm trying to think. They must have some logic behind it. It's just like the autofill player gets so much security. Bro, that's like the only negative thing so far, no? But the rest is fine.
response to our pilot test, we're removing the ability to ban a hovered allied champion,
Alright,
taking away
nice.
an opportunity for a teammate to tilt off the planet before the match even starts.
Good change.
And then second, dodging a lobby will no longer allow players to escape autofill. It'll just get carried over to the next lobby.
Really? Autofill Jill.
We think that the Aegis of Valor should provide a solid reward for sticking around and trying. So, I mean, come on, it's double LP for a win, after all.
Yeah, but only for the autofill player. The rest have to just play with that autofill player, bro.
And at Master and above, dodging an autofill will count as a full loss.
Bro, I already know who's screaming at this, bro. Azap is screaming at hearing this news. Azap heard this, saw this guy say this with a serious face, and Azap is like, yes, yeah, no FF. Brother, if my jungler is autofill... Okay, this is the only change I dislike. Paint the picture here, chat. Paint the picture, alright? My Sona one trick is now autofilled in jungle. He's not going to dodge because the next lobby he's going to be autofilled jungle again. So he's going to be playing a champion that can at least hit C- or C+, whatever he needs, right? And this guy is gonna be complete handless, but he's not gonna dodge because it will count as a loss anyways. And if he plays, right, it's either 0 LP or double LP. Like he loses nothing or gains double. So my autofilled Sona one trick is never going to dodge. You're forced to play with him. I just hope this is going to be an extreme rare case. That's better than him inting, though. But you understand that my jungler is just going to play for KDA. There's no losing for him. If the game is a loss, it doesn't matter so long as he performed. You have to understand the mentality, right? My autofilled jungler does not have to win the game. He just has to not lose the game.
We know that this is a pretty big change from how we've dealt with dodging in the past, and we believe that this will lead to higher quality and faster games. Speaking
The thing is, if their first thing they said is that both junglers are going to be autofilled, then I guess it's fine. And it's going to speed up the game, right? Because no dodging and faster game start.
of speeding things up, we're also speeding up champ select by cutting down on
faster champ
timers
select.
and animations, which should save about half a minute.
Okay, shorter queue times, less autofill. If autofilled, both teams should be autofilled. The autofilled reward system, Aegis of Valor system, sounds fishy to me, but faster queue times, no dodging, faster champ select, faster game start. Overall, honestly, I think W Riot. W changes. The one thing I'm skeptical about, but the rest W changes.
Yeah, I did it.
And if that wasn't enough, we've got one last ranked change. We're adding back duo queue to higher ranks, including Challenger.
I don't know how to feel about this. Bro, everything was so good until they mentioned this. Oh, I'm very mixed about this, bro. I'm very mixed about this. Let me sort my thoughts. First things first, it can create great content by duo queuing with people, right? Let's just say I duo queue with my boy Scenarios. I think that's nice. You know what I hate? I'm gonna be playing against some LEC duo bot that are going to absolutely turbo fist my teammates, right? Let's say you play against double LEC bot. My bot lane is not gonna stand a chance, right? They just don't stand a chance. So that's one thing I dislike. Now the thing is as well with this, what I would say is, if one team has a duo queue, the other team should have a duo queue as well, just to make it fair. Because what if in one team there's going to be two duos? Let's say they have jungle mid duo and bot lane duo, right? So they're gonna have 4 people already in a call, and like being like, let's say 2 challenger players, right? A mid jungle and a bot lane are in a call, and then my team does not have duos. I feel like similar with autofill, right? If they have a duo, the other team should also have duos. Matching duos, no?
For so many people, League is better with friends. And in the past, we disabled duoing at Apex tier ranks because it's so often led to rank manipulation. But
Yeah, but bro, imagine this. Enemy mid jungle, Agrin Phantasm. Enemy bot lane, some LEC bot lane. What do? Hello! Hello! Just take my bro. Like, what the hell can you do? Honestly, I hate this. Or what about Massey, Terex, stuff like this, bro? I don't like this. I think they should just remove Duo Q and Hyla. No, I hate it. Actually, I hate it.
But because of the improvements we mentioned earlier, as well as the ongoing work on boosting and ranked manipulation detection, we're confident that we can bring back high MMR duoing without it being so abused.
So, call up your friends. It's duo time.
One thing I don't like.
Switching gears, let's talk about Swift Play.
Nobody cares.
I'm Dashi Jador, product lead, back again to chat about WASD, this time with
the tech lead for WASD. I'm Riot, call me KT.
Now that
Okay, my first take, by the way, guys, this is gonna be out on new patch. I'm going to be trying it. I just hope they are able to somehow balance it. The only game that I know that has keyboard movement and controller movement, so double movement, is Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Warzone, okay? And I feel like they've done a relatively good job at balancing it, but when I play with my controller, you know, I play with my little Xbox controller because I'm an Xbox kid, I have auto aim lock, bro. It's pretty prevalent, bro. Like, I have pretty good aim lock. So my question is, how are they going to balance WASD with mouse clicking movement, bro? I've never played other games than that. I just know that I feel like when I play Warzone and I have my controller, I'm at an advantage in the general sense. So I'm curious.
Worlds is over and we're getting closer to the end of the year, we want to check back in on the wild world of WASD. We've been on the PvE for a few months now, and in that time, we've caught and squashed over 100 bugs. All thanks to the feedback we received from all of you creative, maybe a little unhinged PvE players who've been helping us find, identify, and crush all of these pesky bugs. An extra special thanks to the players who are able to re-trigger the notorious new bug. Even beyond bugs, PvE players have been giving us great recommendations and requests.
One Redditor recommended that we add an option to do a single button input to move at a 45-degree angle up and down the lane. It sounded pretty wild at first, but we found through our internal testing that it actually saved a lot of finger pain. So it will be available as an accessibility option
Can somebody explain this in simple terms? I'm too stupid.
for WASD players going forward. Since our debut on the PvE, we've been continuously updating all the different facets of WASD. We've made improvements to navigating around minions, wall sliding, the new dynamic lock camera, and more. One of these features is a new auto attack system for WASD. With practice and dedication, you'll be able to weave attacks and movement, matching the experience in point and click to reach your optimum DPS. Our goal is to keep WASD as an alternative control scheme at all levels of play, not just for brand new players. We'll be keeping an eye on feedback as well as our internal data to
I'm skeptical, bro, and I'm scared. Guys, me personally, right? I'm scared about this. I really hope it doesn't kill League of Legends. I hope it just doesn't. I don't think it will. Maybe that's too extreme. I just don't think it's gonna be so game breaking that like I have to unlearn 11 years of muscle memory to now like use WASD because there's gonna be some 10-year-old Fortnite kid that's going to legit auto space me on every single minion or something like this, right? If I play against 10-year-olds like I don't know from Fortnite that just auto spaces me on every minion, I'm gonna be slightly upset. That's all I'm saying.
we've also been updating our dynamic locked camera. We've added the highly requested ability to tune the camera speed to your liking. Along with these settings, we heard your feedback on wanting a way to scout ahead, to check for ganks, look at other lanes, and much more. So we've introduced a new feature appropriately named the Scout Ahead mode. When you're in dynamic locked camera, you can hold your middle mouse button to freely move your camera and you'll snap back on release.
Huh.
These features, along with all the bug fixes, will be available when WASD goes live tomorrow in all queues except ranked and normal draft games. We're choosing to keep WASD out of draft modes for now, as we want to make sure you can have a smooth process for your ranked climb.
Really? Tomorrow?
Well, WASD will be live in all unranked queues except normal draft in patch 2524, which for many of you should be tomorrow.
We saw your requests and questions about other
I'm
features
curious.
we promised, like champion-specific keybinds and enabling many of these new features for point-and-click players. We're still working on them, and much more to come.
We're at the point where we want to focus on getting large amounts of player data in order to drive our development further.
WSD will be more fun for me because I'm new to MOBA. See, the thing is, blank EXE, I understand this. In fact, I respect it. And I think it's great that there's gonna be a new surge to players coming to League of Legends because WASD makes it more accessible. Yet I just hope that this doesn't make it more superior to play WASD.
Opening up the feedback channels to our much more global audience. Now, we still don't have the exact timeline on when WASD will come to ranked. We want to ship it when it's ready, which means fair, balanced, bug-free, and smooth to play.
Please keep up the feedback and bug reports. There may still be a few stragglers out there. Only through our powers combined can we find all of them.
That's it for us. Be sure to check back out on WASD when it's live and send your bugs, feedback, and best misplays.
Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you WASDing on the Rift.
Overall, W Riot Games. Mundo is getting turbo buffed, I feel like. Like, Mundo is getting Omega buffed from this. Riven is gonna get Omega buffed from this. So far, W Riot Games, what do you guys think? Honestly, good, no? Looks pretty good. We can check the items. Yes, we can go over the items.
It will be possible to have 7 items
AC. Okay, I'm not gonna make the joke again.
or 3 summoner spells. 9 completely new items are coming, and even Hextech Gunblade is back. In
Jeez.
Ranked, you will be able to get double LP for a win or not lose any LP for defeat, and dodging will be heavily punished. Demolish will now be a simplified...
Please tell me it still skills with HP though. Because you see here, guys,
Speaking of
read
demo-
this. It skills with 35% of your maximum health. So the more health you have, the more damage your Demolish deals. I sincerely hope it still skills with your health. Or AD. That's fine too, because Mundo has a lot of AD.
Demolish, it's also getting a rework. Demolish will now be a simplified 3-hit passive.
I just want to see the
Rate
details.
will remain on the outer pins, will now spawn at 30 seconds.
Yeah, so 30 seconds is disturbingly easy, guys. And as a general rule of thumb, right? That means, right now I believe mean spawn at 105. The latest recall you can do, okay? At 105, the latest recall you can do, I believe, is about 115. If you recall past 115, you're gonna get a lot of trouble to potentially lose your first 3 minutes worth of XP, at least in top lane or bot lane, right? So, with that logic, that means that the latest time you're going to be able to recall to still ensure that you get all the XP in the early game is going to be 0.40 to maybe 0.42. Again, which makes it very tricky to get your early game wards down and things like this.
Into the game. So after 14 minutes in the game, waves will spawn every 25 seconds, but
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Some more waves equals a lot easier time split pushing, by the way, right? And also a lot more gold income. Remember, we're gonna get more gold and EXP from waves. They're gonna spawn more often, giving us more time to also play side lane. I love that next season, right, is not gonna be just push out side waves and group. It's gonna be push out side waves and pressure. I love it. I love it.
1 melee minion less. After 30 minutes, minions will spawn every 20 seconds and will also have 1 less caster minion.
What?
Starting next year,
What?
seconds, and will also have 1.
This is a fever dream.
Starting next year, Nexus turrets will keep respawning, but this time with 40% health
This is the
instead
only thing
of
they kept, by the way, from
100%
last
health.
season.
Another massive change is a change to home guards. Enhanced movement speed from home guards will persist until you reach your outer turret. Once the laning phase is over, home guards will extend to the furthest pushed minion in each lane. This way, if you
That's
want
crazy.
to split push, you will be able to catch up to your waves much faster. Hextech Gunblade and Storm
I already talked about these. If anybody remembers, like pre-WeWork Akali, where your ult was like 3-point charges with point-and-click dashing to opponents with Hextech Gunblade. Most disgusting thing I ever played. I still remember that. That's one of the first champions I played when I started playing League of Legends. I played like old Akali with Hextech Gunblade. Anybody knows?
Razor will be back in the game in a similar state to before. 9 completely new items
We'll
are
see.
coming. Before I show you all the new items, one more important information. Crit damage is going back to 200% in 2026.
Big also for Yasuo Yonto players.
First new item is called Emblem of All-In.
Okay, I'm gonna just pause so we can read everything. Emblem of All-Inning, 15 ultimate ability haste, 40% attack speed, 25%. Okay, so this is 80 carry item. After casting your ultimate, your next 3 basic attacks gain 50% attack speed and critically strike for 70%. Ooh, so this is good for like Zeri, right? Like Zeri, holy. 10% bonus. Oh, don't give true damage to 80 carries. Hey, I don't like that. This is really good on like Zeri, maybe Jinx, maybe Lucian. Twitch. Oh, Twitch. Yunara. Ooh. Oof. Oh, they're gonna love. Whoa, Twitch with this item. This is insane, and it's pretty cheap. But it gives you 0 AD, by the way. It only gives you attack speed, crit, and movement speed. So this is like a late game item, right? It's like Phantom Dancer, but like more burst. I guess it's good on Vayne, Twitch, Zeri, Yunara. That's fine.
This is a zeal item for AD carries that play around their ult. It has ultimate ability haste, plus the burst of attack speed and guaranteed critical strikes for free attacks after ulting. If you would have already crit on these autos,
This just looks snowball. Deal up to 10% increased damage with attacks based on how far away the enemy is. So 80 carry item again. Whenever a champion you dealt damage to within 3 seconds dies, gains 100 additional attack damage for... What the helly? 50 AD, 25% crit. What's even gonna be the build path of that? BF?
your attack damage based on how far away you are from your target. Furthermore, on
Caitlyn
takedowns,
item.
you also get a large amount of extra attack range to help you clean up the teamfights. Bloodsphere is an
This item looks crazy for Riven, by the way. I saw this item. Okay, let's just read about it and then we're gonna talk about it, okay?
AD item with Omnivamp and Tenacity. It also has haste that scales with your bonus AD. If you score a takedown, it also gives you a large amount of extra Omnivamp for 8 seconds.
Okay, so this paired with, say, Sundered Sky and Death Stance is gonna be so insane for a champion like Riven. Because Omnivamp, right, also comes with all of your abilities, which is disgusting. It gives you 20% Tenacity and 60% AD. Right now, building Starox on Riven feels a bit weird. This is going to be your 4th item or 3rd item pretty much every time. If you're gonna have Sundered Sky, Death Stance, and this item, you're gonna have everything you need. Tenacity, AD, Omnivamp, and then especially on Takedown. On Takedown, you're gonna get this passive and the Death Stance passive, and of course you still have Sundered Sky, and you gain haste, scaling with AD. Oh, Tyzer, let's take a look at this then. Oh, look at this build path. Perfect build path for Riven too. Yeah, no, this looks so good, no? Looks insane.
Then there is item for AD.
Oh, it's also really good for Jack of all trades, yeah, because you get Omnivamp. Wait, you get... wait, do you reckon we ever rush this? Because it gives you Omnivamp and Tenacity, but no health. Yeah, true.
Assassins. Extra.
I think this has insane potential.
Then there is item for AD Assassins.
3,200, that's an expensive item, by the way.
The takedown, it grants a buff that makes
Passive? Oh yeah, true.
your next attack against an epic monster or tower deal a
Dealing ability damage to a champion or epic monster deals an additional true damage. No, don't add more true damage to the game. Add more true damage to the game. 55 AD, 22 lethality. Damn. 22 lethality. That's a lot. And 15 haste. But it's also disgustingly expensive.
large amount of damage over time, scaling with your lethality. This should give AD Assassins an option to close games if they successfully assassinate an enemy.
This is gonna give a lot of damage back to AD Assassins. Talon, Zed, Nafiri, Kha'Zix, all these champions love this. Kiana, oh, this on Kiana. Taking down a champion within 3 seconds of damaging them grants game health for 90 seconds. While you have game health, your next attack against an epic monster or turret deals an additional true damage over 3 seconds. Stop the true damage, bro. Stop the true damage. Rengar.
It also gives extra true damage to a spell, scaling with lethality, on a 20 seconds cooldown.
Bro, you're giving a 80 champion more lethality and true damage. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Then we have Scepter of Bonking. It's an AP fighter Shin item that doubles your on hits, so it can be a really interesting pick, for example for Diana or
Heal, right?
Gwen. Then
Ooh, wait, true on Gwen.
hits.
2500 HP, AP. Oh, this on Gwen looks insane. Also on kill, I feel like after using the ability, your next attack deals bonus magic damage on hit and applies on the effects for an additional time. It gives HP, AP, haste, and attack speed. Holy. Kill. Gwen. Diana, love this. AP Jax. Holy shit, this is still insane on Jax too, yeah.
So it can be a really interesting pick, for example for Diana or Gwen.
Holy.
Then Manananomicon is a new AP item with active.
Bro, this name. Manananomicon. Manananomicon. Okay, sorry.
Activated to enter an empowered state where you consume significantly more.
Active, it's an active. For 8 seconds, your mana ascends. While ascended, your spell costs 100% more mana. You gain increased ability damage, shielding, healing, and your cooldown progresses 25. Is this like old Rise Old? Isn't this like turbo old Rise Old? Like the old Rise Old where it just like bzzz, and then it just like whoosh. It's a tier item. 90 AP.
But your spells are more powerful and have lower cooldowns. Extra damage, healing, and shielding on your spells scales with your mana. Mantle of the 12th Hour is a lifeline item for tank. It gives a large heal over
Taking damage that would reduce your health below 30% causes you to regenerate health over 5 seconds. Whilst regenerating health, you gain 15% increased size, 10% movement speed, and 25% tenacity. That looks pretty good on Mundo. It's like a second Mundo ult. Lifeline, 90 seconds cooldown. Kind of the same ultimate. It's like Starox, but for tanks. So when you drop below 30% health, you're gonna start regenerating health. I'm guessing like Mundo ult, and then whilst you're regenerating health, you gain 50% increased size, movement speed, and tenacity. So imagine this with ult and maybe something else like Hexblade or something stupid. Now I'm gonna try that for sure. But the stats for the gold is weird though. Like 600 HP, 15 haste for 2900 gold is a little iffy. Like, the passive seems disgustingly good on a champion like Mundo, but I feel like they need to lower the cost or give more stats. But this can go insane, by the way. This can go insane on Mundo. Holy moly. You do this, pair with your ult, bro, they're gonna even have less counterplay.
This is an attack speed aura item for tanky melee supports that turns on the aura.
Slowing aura balance. I mean, champion grants the buff aura for 8 seconds. The buff aura grants you 20% movement speed while you have the buff aura on nearby allies, including yourself, get 30%. Okay, so this is really good on like Leona and stuff.
Aura after you slow or immobilize an enemy. The duration is much longer for melee champions than ranged.
Why does the item just look like a stomach?
So it's easier to maintain the attack speed for your team if you're a tanky melee support.
Bard?
And then the
brother, bro, you said Bard, but Bard is arguably the only, like, Bard is probably the only champion where it doesn't matter what item, new or old, you could say, oh, Bard could build that. Oh, Frozen Mallet? Yeah, Bard could build that. Infinity Edge probably fits in a Bard build. Oh, Rabadons? Probably fits in Bard as well. This thing, I haven't even read it. Probably good for Bard as well, bro. Bard can build fucking everything, bro.
Savior's Mana Bell plus Super Bell. This 2-item set is a new upgradable tier item for enchanters.
Oh.
Mana Bell grants heal and shield power based on your mana, and when upgraded into Super Bell at maximum tier stacks, it also heals your lowest nearby ally every second while you're in a combat with enemy champions.
Interesting.
Scaling the heal based on your mana.
So this is insane on like a champion like Karma, right?
Now let's talk about WASD and voice chat. WASD movement is actually about to hit the live servers in the upcoming patch this week. Now what about the voice chat? Riot has confirmed that they are not going to do anything with voice chat for 2026. Swift play is also getting interesting massive changes. It will be significantly higher pace. The
No Herald, no Grubs, you're just raw dogging League of Legends.
game will start
Elder Dragon spawns at 15 minutes! Wait, I kind of skipped the Swift play things, but Elder Dragon spawns at 15 minutes. I think they've just made Swift play for every TikTok brain kids. No? TikTok brain is gonna play Swift play. No Herald, no Grubs, fewer objectives, raw dogging League of Legends. Elder Drake flip at minute 15, whoever wins the game. What the hell is this? I mean, who even plays Swift play?
at level 3 with 1400 gold. Death timers will be shorter and sudden death will occur at 25 minutes in the
Sudden
game.
death? What, you just 1v1 people with a stone?
Swift play will also get an exclusive feature,
whatever.
Minion Frenzy.
Nobody cares. Big W Riot Games, no? Like, I am excited as hell for the next season. Especially through the lens of split pushing. And let me show you guys one more time that, you know, in the background, I've kind of been preparing a split pushing thing, yeah? No, I mean, this is being shipped to me right now, guys. I mean, I have some more things as well. Essence River rework, Sheen is back. Umbro Glaive Light rework. Horizon Focus. I don't even know what that shit does. Unending Despair back to armor plus HP plus haste. Interesting. Thundered Sky retuned. What does that mean? Retuned. Old haste on Zeke's Convergence. New version of Giant Slayer on LDR. Percentage pen nerfed on both LDR and Mortal. Mortal cheaper. Big. You can buy multiple tier items again. Oh, because there's 2 new tier items, right? You have to stack them separately. I mean, I don't think anybody has enough time to do that. Probably some other stuff I forgot. Lovely. What did this guy do? Every time 4-7 posts something, I just have to laugh from it. This one was a little bit weird. I think those changes are absolutely fantastic. I'm excited for them. Split pushing, especially on Mundo, is going to be crazy. But even a champion like Riven is getting a new item. And I think it is ridiculous. Moonkan and Budakzan, thank you for the tier 1 subs. Thank you, Tizer, also for turning it back on. I think it's crazy that you're going to be able to play Ignite and get teleport later on. And let me tell you, I already feel like Riot has done a pretty fair job at trying to make every role be better. We're not going to be using AI. This is AI. We're not using AI. I'm not using AI. Also, by the way, guys, if you haven't checked it out, type exclamation mark giveaway. It doesn't matter if you're on YouTube or Twitch chat. And if you head over here, you will see that you can enter. Okay, I've done one myself, but you can enter for a 3,000 euro community giveaway. I'm doing a big giveaway to give back to all of you for putting me in this blessed position. You guys, I mean, I'll just put it like this in like the quickest way to summarize it. I feel extremely grateful and happy that I'm able to be a content creator and play games for a living every single day. I'm living in, like, I'm renting my own place now. I'm able to do like so many things that 3 years ago I couldn't even consider doing. I've been a content creator for 3 years and I feel extremely blessed. So we're doing a 3,000 euro giveaway. The biggest prize is going to be a custom built PC. So if you win this, you can either custom build it yourself or I'll have Kaiser sort out the best thing for you. Switch 2, 10 times your RP and 20 courses or guides of your choosing. Everybody, doesn't matter. You can all of them. You can, everybody can sign up and join.
Get out of here!